Okay, we're continuing our study of angles. If you're following applied geometry sequence, this is lesson 2-4. What we have are a set of intersecting lines. We've kind of looked at this scenario in a past video, but the lines AB intersects the line XZ. We've named the point where they intersect in the middle so that we can name the angles, and the angle naming mechanism comes into play here. But I wanted to show you a couple of more different angle relationships. We've talked about supplementary and complementary angles. Here are two more that will help you solve problems down the road. The first one is vertical angles. Now if I look at angles AYX and angle BY or ZYB, these angles are vertical. Which means they're straight across from each other. They're oriented vertically from one another. And what's always true when two straight lines intersect is that these vertical angles are exactly as they appear, they're equivalent. So if this angle had a measure of 30 degrees, this one would also have a measure of 30 degrees. So you can use this scenario to solve a lot of problems. Now the second angle relationship that's always going to come up in this situation where two lines intersect is we will also have adjacent angles. And if I look at this angle and this angle, they're adjacent. Adjacent angles are side by side. They reside beside each other. So angle AYZ and angle ZYB, those are examples of adjacent angles. Now what's true when only two lines intersect with adjacent angles is they're going to be equal to 180 degrees. The two of them together, they are supplementary. And you can see that. The two of them together form a straight line. So if I know this one is 30, then I know this one is 180 minus 30, or 150 degrees. And since I know that one, I know this one is 150 because it's vertical now. It's the other relationship, straight across is vertical. Vertical angles are always equal. This angle is equal to 30 degrees. So if two lines intersect and I know one angle, then I can find all four angles that are formed from that intersection. Now let's just sketch out a specific example here. Just to review this, so I've got two intersecting lines again. It's going to form 1, 2, 3, 4 angles. I know that this angle and this angle are vertical, as are this angle and this angle. So those are examples of vertical lines. What's true of vertical lines? Vertical lines are equivalent. They have the same angle measure. And it's really pretty obvious to see when in angle relationships, usually it's obvious. I like to say, really, the hack almost always works that if they look the same, they are the same in these specific scenarios. And then the second situation, again, we looked at was two angles that sit side by side when there are two lines intersecting are always going to be adjacent angles. And in that terminology, adjacent means they measure up to 180 degrees.